went to my local GP with a persistent cough, which I'd probably had for too long, to be honest, but eventually went on demand of the family. The GP had his stethoscope out and made me sit down with him and said basically, could you get yourself to the hospital? Of which I was a bit concerned as to why, because I had a coffee date to go to, which was quite important at the time. He said he had heard something, possibly a leak from the valve in the heart. Well, I think my head just spun about 6 times round. I think I just kept thinking, well, this sounds pretty serious. I don't understand it much. And I was really desperate to get to my coffee date. I didn't want to be going to the hospital having x-rays, which is what he asked me to do, was to leave the practice and go and have the x-rays straight away. And I just kept thinking, it's going to be okay because I'm fine. I'm fit and healthy, I do my sports, I run around netball courts, I run around badminton courts. I think I went back to the consultant and that's when they said it's okay. You can go back to your netball, you can go back to your sports. What you have is a bicuspid aorta. They explained to me my heart needed to work overtime. So in time, when I'm about 65, people with bicuspid aorta often get aortic stenosis, which is a hardening of the valve. But it's okay, you're fine now, it won't be for another 10 years or so. But what they did say at that point was that they would give me a checkup once a year. Possibly 10 months went by this time. I got issued my first appointment. I went into the consultant's room. He turned around from the computer and said, I'm really sorry, there's no other way of telling you this. It has gone too severe. The aortic stenosis has gone too severe. We didn't expect this for another 10 years yet, but within 10 months, that's what had happened. And we will need to operate on you like now. I believe this was in September, and the operation was on December the 7th. Genuinely put it to them, would it be possible if I had the bovine valve? I'm not so keen on the mechanical valve. I don't want to be taking tablets. I'm not a tablet-taking person. And I understood that with the mechanical valve that you had to have blood thinners for the rest of your life, which I didn't fancy committing to a tablet every day. Apparently you can hear it clicking if you're in a room on your own, and it's just not something that appealed to me. And I was frightened that I wouldn't be able to push myself at my sports, and I would hold back a bit in case I fell over and bled. Had in their medical opinion wanted me to go one way or the other, I'd have taken their advice. But they were actually quite happy and said I was a perfect candidate for the bovine valve. He went off, had a little chat with his big mate somewhere, came back within minutes and said, nope, that's fine, you're a perfect candidate, we'll do the bovine valve. I had the phone call, I think I was at work on about the 1st of December. And I had a phone call from the hospital to say, could you come in on Friday? And I said no, but they weren't having any of it. I said, I don't want to. And they said, well, you need to be here. Yeah, okay, I'll be there. I was, up till that phone call, I was possibly in a bit of denial. I think I was messed up for probably a good day and a night. I took a deep breath and said, do you know what? there's nothing you can do about this. This really is happening. You've got to have it done. Put yourself in their hands. And I did actually, at that point, become a bit calmer. There's no way I wanted to go onto that operating table, but I had the confidence of the people, the staff, nurses, consultants around me that made it easy. And I don't recall finding anything too difficult. Uncomfortable, yes. I had this one particular thing in my neck, which I always brings a smile to my face, thinking, how did I put up with that for 5 days or whatever it was? And that was, they called it the necklace. That was really quite heavy. You have to sleep with that and it becomes uncomfortable. If you move, you can feel the needle a bit, but nothing painful, just uncomfortable. My husband made up a bedroom downstairs in the study, and it was easier to have it raised slightly at the back. I didn't see that coming, only because you're a little bit immobile at the top part, and if you coughed or anything, you needed to access a towel and stick it on your chest, and throughout everything, that was the worst thing. But it goes.
Just that, having to hold that and that.
Yeah, because of the pain of where the sternum had been opened. You think when you're going through it, it's going to last forever. It doesn't. I mean, my first real outing I recall was to the pub 8 doors away on Christmas Eve. I walked up there with my husband holding me, but I walked up there and had a gin. I think after that I thought I could tackle anything. I believe I went to the gym to begin with on a cardiovascular programme which they set up for me through my GP, of which I did enjoy. And I think I went back in about July to badminton. I believe I went back to one netball in July, then where we train, the school closed down for the holidays, which was actually, I wanted to get there before the holidays closed down just to see if I could do it, which I could. Then I had a nice long rest, and then I went back for sure, back in the September when the schools went back. Physically, I was fine. Mentally, I don't know that I had the confidence, and I had to build that up. But physically, I was fine. As the weeks went by, just got stronger, fitter, faster, more keen to do it. 10 weeks into after having the op, went to the consultant and getting a bit fidgety, sat here at home, and I had a consultant's appointment, and I turned around and said to him, he said, have you got any questions? So I said, no. And he said, well, things are going really well with you. Do you have any questions? So I said, yeah. So he said, what's them? I said, right. I said, oh, when can I fly? And he said, now. So I said, okay. I said, any more questions? I said, yep. Am I allowed in the sun? And he said, yep. So we came home and we booked a holiday abroad. I was concerned about the scar, but yeah, so we've had lots of lovely holidays since, no problem flying or anything else. I'm actually quite proud of my scar. It's a lovely, neat scar, and everybody's done a fantastic job, and I'm here to tell the tale. So if a friend of mine had to go through it, I would say to them, don't worry, you're in the best hands. They're very successful. Don't worry about it. I know it's hard not to, and you'll wind yourself up, but really there is no need to worry about it. You can do anything you like after. I mean, I have heard of people going off and doing marathons. Yeah, I don't know that I want to do that, but I'm happy with what I do. But yeah, you're able to lead a normal life as you would have done without this condition.